Here's the deal, okay? I think we're gonna sell a ton of cupcakes.
Yeah.
Why? Because cupcakes are hot right now, and because we have a great name.
Cousins Cupcakes.
Boom.
We're going to the top.
All the way. Now, in order to get to the top, we're gonna have to come up with an amazing business model.
I came up with something that I think is going to blow your mind.
And I can't wait to see it.
Can I show you?
Please
Can I
do.
show you? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you for the first time the Cousins Cupcakes business model, Shelly.
For goodness, Kate, come to Cousins Cupcakes.
No. What is this? What is this?
What are you doing? Last week you said we needed a business model.
Not a business model.
Well, what then?
I'm talking about a business model.
Oh.
Come on, man.
Get ready to enter the Thrivetime Show.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here.
All right, Thrive Nation, if you'll go to thrivetimeshow.com/millionaire, that's thrivetimeshow.com/millionaire, and you'll go to page 185 of my newest book, A Millionaire's Guide, How to Become Sustainably Rich. You can download the book and read along here. But Ben Horowitz, this is a self-made billionaire, the co-founder of Opsware, a company that was later sold to Hewlett-Packard. He has a quote on page 185 I want to read to you. He says, often any decision, even the wrong decision, is better than no decision. What? He says, often any decision, even the wrong decision, is better than no decision. So let me just give an example that I'll introduce today's guest. So I'm going to pull up a website right now, and I'm a very decisive person, and I know today's guest is as well. So sometimes it's hard for me to understand why individuals don't take action. But here we go. Napoleon Hill says, action is the real measure of intelligence. That's Napoleon Hill, the best-selling author of Think and Grow Rich. And maybe you say, I don't like that quote. Okay. Ben Horowitz says, often any decision, even the wrong decision, is better than no decision. They're saying kind of the same thing. They're saying the Bible, Proverbs 10:4. Okay. The Bible, maybe you want to go read the Bible. I like the Bible. Proverbs 10:4 states, okay, God blesses the hand of the diligent. What does that mean? A diligent person is somebody who puts forth action. That's what a diligent person is. So whether you want to get your inspiration from Proverbs 10:4 or from Napoleon Hill or from Ben Horowitz, I don't care. But a lot of times people get stuck having these debates. They say, no. I don't like Napoleon Hill. No. I don't like Proverbs. No. I don't like, and they get focused on things that don't matter. And they toggle between the tabs and they go, oh, I don't know. And then Ben Horowitz, what was the quote again? And I tell them, I say, often any decision, even the wrong decision, we'll put it in here. And they'll go, did he really say that? I mean, did he steal that from someone else? Who's the one who really said it? I think that Abraham Lincoln said it. And you start to go, what are we doing now? And people will spend their day with this. They will sit there and argue. They'll say, no. Ben Horowitz said it. No. The Bible's better. No. Napoleon Hill. And meanwhile, the point is we got to take action. And so I'm trying to present you with today is an opportunity that I believe is safe to say is a life-changing opportunity. And someone says, life-changing? You mean changing my life? Yeah, I mean, I believe if you were to get involved in a Nautical Bowls franchise, you would do great financially. I also believe that OxyFresh, that's a brand I've worked with, and I've helped them grow from just a handful of locations now to 517 plus locations. I think we're at 525 right now. I think these are great options. I mean, these are some great options. And you might say, well, what's the best option? All I can do is present you with the facts, but it's up to you to act. And so we're going to tap into the wisdom of today's guest because Peter Taunton has opened up thousands of locations of his brands throughout the years. And we're going to let him kind of educate us on how we get off center and we take action. So Peter Taunton, welcome onto the Thrivetime Show. How are you, sir?
Hey, Clay. Good. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me again. I look forward to these calls every week. I'm here to serve you.
Now, I got to ask you this here. When did you first take action to take your entrepreneurial passion and turn it into something? I mean, when did you start Snap Fitness? When did that happen? How old were you?
You know what? I mean, well, I didn't know that I was literally 22 when I got my first break and then started Snap Fitness 20 years later. But honestly, that first break that I received was the proving ground, was the learning curve for me to build one of the largest wellness brands in the world. So I look at my life. I mean, obviously, when we all have the benefit of looking in the rearview mirror and having historical perspective, if we're paying attention and we're learning by our mistakes, we can kind of take those things, compound them on each other. And as you get older, you make better decisions. Why? Because you have perspective and you have experience. And I love how you started today's show, Clay, because there's so many people out there, they want to be entrepreneurs, but they play it safe. What is playing it safe? Playing it safe is doing nothing. Okay. So at some point you've got to get up there and you got to take your cut. All right. And you've got to get in the right headspace to understand that failing, making mistakes is part of growing. If you're not, it's to your point, making a decision, whether it's the right or the wrong one, it's not relevant. The positive message there is at least you made a call, whether it was the right one or the wrong one. You at least took a cut at the plate, and that's what I appreciate about entrepreneurs.
Now, I'm going to advocate for buying a Nautical Bowls, but then I'm going to flip switch like I have like a bipolar personality. I'm going to then flip it. And I'm going to pitch Oxy first, and I'll go back to Nautical Bowls. And I just want people to see how this is how, if you're not a decisive person, this is what can happen. I could say, well, Clay, the economy right now is struggling. The interest rates are at historic highs. So interest rates are going up. Inflation is going up. Now's probably a horrible time to be investing in a business. And I go, okay. So that's one mindset. But now I can shift and I can be very pro Nautical Bowls, and I can go, you know what? Because very few people are getting into a new business right now, it's probably a lot less competitive. So let me just give an example. One of my wife's best friends, and she'll probably hear this show, but she decided to become a realtor this year. She decided, I'm going to do it. Now, there was a divorce and there were some things that happened. So I don't know if it was like, I'm excited, or if it was like, I have to do it. Either way. And the other day, my wife's driving down the road and she sees her friend on the billboard as one of the top performing real estate agents in the city. And so my wife and I were like, is that marketing or is that real? And she goes, no, I don't know what's going on. I'm like selling I am just selling houses nonstop. Well, what's happening here, Peter, is she's selling houses right now at a massive rate, and everybody else is getting out of the real estate industry. The vast majority of real estate agents are, turning off the lights, shutting the door, no longer marketing. And so she says, I'm like the last person standing. And so again, you could advocate right now that now would be a great time to buy a Nautical Bowls franchise, because very few other franchises are growing at the rate you are. I'd love to get your thoughts on that, because I think a lot of people get stuck in their head. And then I believe once you're in your head, you're dead. I'd love to get your thoughts on that.
Look, you know what? I think any of the businesses, you're exactly right, Clay. Today's business environment, it can be challenging, but as a brand, you have to pivot accordingly. Now, for us, we've pivoted. Our footprint is slightly smaller now, 700 to 1,000 square feet. We're cutting it back. Why are we cutting it back? Because we found that we don't need as much seating as we had originally planned for. So smaller footprint, smaller rent, smaller overhead, smaller build out, unit level economics. That what has not changed is the product itself. In fact, it's changed in a good way, because we added 2 more signature bowls. We added now the oatmeal bowl. So we're increasing the product offering, decreasing the cost to get into the brand. But there's no question, you know what? Interest rates are higher than they've been for years. And you have to pay attention to that. But any good franchisor that's selling a product is going to help people and coach them and hold their hand through the process. And for us, we've also taken a good look at our top 10, 15 performing stores. What are the common threads? What are the type of markets that we want to be in? We identify those. So you know what? As a franchise grows, you should get smarter. You should get better. Why? Because you're dealing with more intel, and that's what we do.
Now, if you go back here, folks, to page 185 of this book here, Millionaire's Guide, How to Become Sustainably Rich, I'm going to read to you a segment from the book here where I write, Opportunity Cost 101. If you'll pardon me, I'm going to go a little further into the world of entrepreneurship than most people are comfortable with. Here's the scoop. On the planet Earth, we all have 24 hours a day at our disposal. Entrepreneurs tend to be very aware of this fact, while the majority of Americans, the majority of people on the earth, aren't aware of how much time they have and what they're doing with their time. And I go on and on to talk about this, but I find that entrepreneurs who are successful, they know they have a very firm grasp and in reality, a connection to time. So like today I said, hey, Peter, I'd love to have you on the show Monday at 2. You said, sure. I put it in my calendar. You put it in your calendar. And we're going to do this interview. And it's not because I want to rush you or you want to rush me, but you've got things you're doing. I've got things I'm doing. We're aware of time. And I got, God bless her, but we had a young lady out here in the lobby just a minute ago who's not self-employed. And she says, well, what are you doing now? Because this is her first day at work. And I said, well, now I'm going to hop on an interview. She's like, oh, okay. And then what's it going to be about? And I'm going, no, I mean, it is right now. Like I'm going to hop on right now because it's happening right now. She's, oh, so, and she just, you could tell she was not aware of the idea that when I said, well, I have an interview at 2, I'm actually having it at 2. And I find a lot of people, Peter, they're well-intentioned, that are, in this case, it's a brand new employee who's just excited to be here, but they're not used to blocking out time and thinking about how they're going to use their time. And so they think there's an infinite amount of time. And then they look up and they go, holy crap, I'm 45. I hate my job. Can you talk about that? The sense of urgency that you operate with?
Yeah. You know what, Clay, I think inherently if you took a room of people that are successful, and I'm talking about, successful in life, successful in what they accomplish, you're going to find that they manage their time very well. They manage their time very well. They can multitask and they're efficient and they prioritize. I mean, all of those things. So for you, whether it's doing interviews, your day, you go from one thing to the next, your day is planned out. I know mine is the same way. And it's been like that for honestly, as long as I can remember. I have a to-do list. I prioritize my to-do list and I try to knock them out. And whatever I don't get done, I push it to the next day. And then I reevaluate at the end of the week, because if I've been kicking the can down the road for 3, 4, 5 days, now I got to reflect and say, was it really that important? So for me, time management is key. And then also working smart, it's key. But you know what? That new employee of yours, Clay, she's going to watch you and she's going to see the cadence of how you roll.
Right.
And, 30 days from now, she's going to be a mini me of you.
And this is what happens every day. Whenever we hire someone, it's their first day. I try to have people shadow before they start working here, but they always will comment, man, you always walk fast. You move. Everyone in the office moves at a certain cadence. Now, I want to ask you, this is my little entrepreneurial survey I want to ask you, because I think if somebody out there, if this is you definitely need to look into buying a franchise, and specifically a Nautical Bowls franchise or an OxyFresh. I find most entrepreneurs, if we're in line behind someone who's writing a check for a $7 item, many of us have just paid the bill for the customer who's ahead of us in line. As an example, you're in line at Target, some guy gets out a check, Father Time gets out a check, and he starts to write out a check for $7.42. I do this often, and it's not because I'm a saint or a good Samaritan. I often will say, can I just pay that for you? Pay for that for you? Because I know that it's going to take me a long time. This is a move. I find a lot of entrepreneurs too, they're constantly, while they're driving, thinking of a more efficient way to get there. Even though GPS tells them, they're always thinking, I wonder if I go over here in this lane, maybe it's a little faster. I find entrepreneurs often look at the GPS and they think to themselves, how many minutes until I get to my destination? If I drive 2 miles an hour faster, I wonder if I can get there faster. Entrepreneurs are always thinking about, if we move the printer closer to the workstations, maybe everybody has to walk 4 less feet per day. Entrepreneurs are always thinking about what's the best way, the fastest way to reach my ideal and likely buyer. Entrepreneurs are always thinking about, how can I make my staff meetings shorter? Now, contrast that to the rest of the world. The rest of the world's thinking, wonder how much longer I could take to get to the printer if I could maybe walk slower. I wonder how much longer I could spend in the bathroom before the boss interrupts me. I wonder what I could do to actually slow down my productivity to the point where I probably should be fired, but I'm not fired. I wonder how little work I could provide, how little value I can provide while still not being fired. I'd love to just get your thoughts on the mindset of who makes a great entrepreneur. What kind of people out there connect with your brand?
Well, you know what? I mean, everything that you're talking about is just efficiencies, right? And I think that people look for optimal efficiencies in how they roll throughout the day. I mean, for me, what I look for, obviously, we teach people, when people buy a Nautical Bowls franchise, we teach them what are the material things, what are the big movers, what are the must-dos that are going to make this business perform and thrive. But I tell you what, you can talk about all those great things and the great lessons and how to do it, but if you lack ambition, then that's a big problem. Okay, because with ambition comes, the pace of how you roll. And everybody rolls a little bit differently, and that can be frustrating sometimes. So for me, you and I, we roll fast. I go at a fast pace, and my day is planned out. The rest of my day is planned out. I will not leave this chair for the next hour and a half, because I go from you to 2 more meetings after that. And that's the way I like it. It's efficiency. Okay. So for me, I look for people that everybody doesn't have to be as intense as probably we are. And that's kind of the rose and the thorn of being ambitious and hard, a driver. It's not for everyone.
Right.
But I look for those people that like to lean in, they're ambitious, and they say, hey, look, I'm looking for financial freedom, and I'm not afraid to work. I'm not afraid to roll up my sleeves. If I can find those people, I think I've got a good chance of getting them to the promised land.
Now, I want to share today, folks. I'm going to give you the secrets to the Nautical Bowls brand here, so that way you can decide whether you're a good fit. Okay. So the secrets are: step one, they've got an incredible product. Okay. That's great. There's also great books that are out there. There are great books, but no one's ever read them. There's a great book that no one's ever read. There's a great product out there no one's ever found. So once you have a great product, and I think a lot of people go, man, I have a great product idea, and they think that the product will sell itself. Okay, that's step one. Have a great product. We know nauticalbowls.com is a great product. Now, step two, they have to market the product. Now, I'm trying to help you decide today whether you have what it takes or whether you want to buy one of these. What you're going to have to do on a daily basis is you're going to have to make sure your customers leave happy, and you ask them for objective reviews after you serve them. Okay, so let me just give an example. I'm going to type in carpet cleaning quotes. This is our secret. OxyFresh, I've helped them grow from just a handful of locations now to one of the largest carpet cleaning franchises on the planet. They have 269,441 reviews. Let me show you again here, folks. 269,441 reviews. As of last time I was notified by a certain franchise organization, they told us that we now have the most reviews of any service-based business. We have 269,441 reviews. Now, how do we do it? We do a good job and we ask for reviews. Why is that so critical? If everybody out there buys a franchise from you, Peter, why do they have to gather objective reviews from their happy customers?
You know what? It's so easy to do, and it's unfortunate that not a lot of people do it or they pay enough attention to it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's you've just got to get, if people love the guest experience, and you just ask them, hey, if you love our product and you love the guest experience that we provide you, would you mind leaving us a review? And for us, we make it really easy for them. We have a little QR code right by the register. They can scan it with their phone. It takes them right to the Google review. It takes them less than a minute to do it. And if you ask people to do it, you'll be amazed that people, they want to do it, especially when you're giving them service with a smile. They want to help you out. Most people are good-hearted and they want to help where they can. But if you don't ask, they won't do it. So it's simple to get people to do it, but you have to ask the question.
Now, I'm looking up the Nautical Bowls in Minnetonka, because I actually, one of my first jobs in high school, I drove from Cokato, Minnesota to Minnetonka, Minnesota every single day during the summer. It was like 45 minutes a day to driving to work, getting up at 4 a.m, driving to Minnetonka from Cokato, Minnesota to work for a landscaper. And I drove there all the time. Minnetonka was a very nice area. Now, if you open up this Nautical Bowls, folks, if this was your store here in Minnetonka, everybody who's near your store has to know you exist. It's so important that everybody knows that you exist. So you're going to need to contact or outreach to the people near you. Everybody near you needs to know that your business exists. Now, Chet Holmes wrote a book called The Ultimate Sales Machine, where he talked about the system called the Dream 100. This is a Chet Holmes. May he rest in peace. He wrote a great book called The Ultimate Sales Machine. I'm not going to argue with anybody, let alone a dead man, about the strategy. All I'm saying is you want to identify who your ideal and likely buyers are, and they need to know you exist. Can you walk us through that part of it there? What kind of outreach is expected of the local owner of a Nautical Bowls franchise?
Well, for us, we start, I mean, obviously finding the residents that live within your trade area, that's really easy to do, but also finding for us the business climate. So we join the Chamber of Commerce because it gives us a list of all the businesses within our trade area.
There it is.
And we approach them. And look for catering. We want to help do any of their office meetings where they're bringing in pizza sandwiches. We're saying, look, you want to try a healthy alternative, and you'll be amazed. Once again, if you just assert yourself, if you just say, look, I'd like to throw my hat in the ring, provide you a healthy alternative. Would it be okay if I dropped off some free samples for you someday? Nobody's ever going to say no to free.
Right.
Okay. But I tell you, once they try the product, they absolutely love it. It's healthy, plant-based, dairy-free, gluten-free, soy-free, made with organic, all natural ingredients. It's not dessert, it's a meal replacement. And that's right in the wheelhouse of what most people are thinking today. Most people are saying, look, given a choice, I'd like to think I make the healthier choice in most cases. And that's what people are looking for. They don't have to be neurotic. Hey, look, I like pizza. I like a good broth and then, but most times I like to go healthy if I can.
Now, this is a kind of a funny story I think you might appreciate. Years ago, my mother, actually, I was 18 years old. My mother says to me, we grew up poor, but my mother had sold advertising over the years for a lot of different organizations. And she said, honey, you should get a Tulsa Metro Chamber of Commerce membership. You should join the Tulsa Metro Chamber of Commerce. And I thought, Mom, I don't want to join the chamber. I don't want to go to those meetings. I don't want to go to those networking events. I don't want to go. And my mom says, you don't have to go to the events. You just want to get the list. And then you call the list. And at the time I was building a big company called djconnection.com. Now you go back to efficiencies. What we did is we called every single member of the chamber and we said to them, hey, who's in charge of scheduling this year's Christmas party? And they go, that'd be Carl's, I think it's Sarah. Yeah, Sarah and Carl. And I go, okay, great. Can I talk to him? And they said, who are you with? I said, I'm with a company called djconnection.com. We want to earn your business, and we'd love to talk to you. And then, so I'd get on the phone. I'd get on the phone with the person. I'd say, hey, I'd love to earn your business. And I'm not sure who you guys used for your entertainment last year, but I know most great DJs will charge $600 to $1,000 for the first event. Our pitch is we'll do your event for $1. And then they would, what? We'll do your event for $1. And then after the event, you can tip whatever you want. But we really believe in what we do. We want to earn your business. And that pitch is how I built the entire corporate division of the business. And I thought to myself, well, that works good. So I started this thing called the Tulsa Wedding Show. And the Tulsa Wedding Show was like a bridal exhibit. Brides come to this event. It's very expensive for me to get it off the ground, but the brides come to these trade shows to find their wedding vendors. And every bride, we would call every single bride, and we'd say, hey, we'd love to earn your business. And you can pay us $1. And then after the wedding, you can tip whatever you think makes sense. And they're going, what? Right? Yeah. I mean, and we would have these, and they would say, well, how does that work? We'd say, well, a lot of the great DJs charge $600 or $1,000. And you can take advantage of us, but you can just pay us $1 and then tip whatever you think is appropriate. We want to earn your business. And I did that, Peter, that first couple of years. I didn't do that forever, but I did it for those first couple of years to get thousands of bookings. Would love to get your thoughts on, getting the new business into orbit. Some of that initial grind you have to get behind you as soon as possible if you want to grow that business.
Look, I love what you're doing there, Clay. I love that you're offering an incentive. I think today's day and age, what never gets out of vogue, what never goes out of vogue is people asking to earn your business, earn your trust. I love that. I used to do that in the fitness space. I used to tell people, look, come, no contract. You pay month to month. If I don't earn your business, earn your trust every month, you can just quit. I'm not going to shackle you to some 12-month contract, because if I can't deliver on my promise, you shouldn't be forced to be a member of my club. And that resonated with people. And what you did is the same way. You say, look, I'll charge you $1. If I don't bring any value to your event, you get off for $1, right? That's putting your money where your mouth is. And I think today you don't see enough of that anymore. So people they never get tired of seeing it. I applaud you for doing it.
It's a super move. And I'm giving you these moves because I believe there's one person watching right now, maybe 10, I don't know. And you're looking for a thing. And you're saying, I just don't know. I don't know what the thing is. I've got to find something I'm passionate about. You're looking at the site, and you know who you are, folks. You've been on the website for Little Caesars. You've been on that site. You know you have. You've been on the Domino's website. You've been on Nautical Bowls. You went over to McDonald's. You're looking around and you're going, I don't know. There's so many good opportunities. I might just hit myself in the head with a microphone, and so I'm going to get into the specifics now. So you go to nauticalbowls.com, you click on the franchise button. How much money are we talking about? What kind of investment? Get into some of the specifics here as far as, what does it require to buy a nauticalbowls.com franchise?
To financially qualify, you need to have 100,000 cash. 100,000 cash. The business, we have financing available. To qualify for our financing, number one, you need 100,000 cash. And number two, you need a net worth of 250,000 or more. And that's you and your partner together. If you've got a partner, between the two of you, you have 100,000 cash, $250,000 net worth, and a FICO score of 750. If you can check those boxes, you qualify for our financing. And, for us, look, I think to your point, today's discussion, look, getting into business. And when you're in a business, when you're looking at a concept like Nautical Bowls, look, it's important, just like what you did in your DJ business. It's important when you're in a competitive space that you have to thin yourself from the herd. You can't be afraid to go stand on the hill by yourself and say, look at me, I'm different than everyone else, and I'm willing to prove it. I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. That's what we do with Nautical Bowls. That's what you did with with all the businesses that you started. And for us, we have a great product. We're not dessert. We don't compete with Ben and Jerry's. We are a meal replacement. And as I said, right now, what we're focused on is unit level economics, trying to replicate the stores that perform at high levels. We try to replicate those communities. We train people how to be successful in the business, and we put them in the right spot.
Are you getting a lot of people that are applying that have another job? Like this is the people who are applying to buy a Nautical Bowls? Or are they people that are doctors, dentists, lawyers, are looking for a second income stream? Or is it a lot of people that want to do this full time? Or what kind of people reach out to you?
About half of our franchisees are semi-absentee owners, and the other half, they work it. Sometimes it's a husband, wife, or it's a family-run business. They love it. This is a real simple business. There's no cooktops. There's no exhaust hoods. This is a simple business. I always say it's like a lemonade stand on steroids, meaning that's how simple it is. But so we see many of them. It's a family-run business. Most of our employees are high school and college kids, which is perfect. They smile easily. They lean in. They're happy to serve people. This is a fun, friendly business to own.
Do you have to have 45 employees to run a store? How many employees do you need to run a store?
But that's another thing I love about it. It's one full-time employee and typically 10 to 15 part-timers. Very simple business.
Now, I got to ask you, are you golfing about once a week now, once a year? How often are you golfing these days?
Well, you know what? I made a point this year to get back and golf a little bit. I probably golf one day a week. And last year, it's sad, but I probably golfed once a month. Not enough.
Are you a good golfer?
I'm pretty good. I'm about a 6 handicap.
Question. Do you golf with urgency? Like, do you golf? Are you the kind of guy that hits the ball and then sprints after it? Do you golf the way that you run your business? How do you golf?
Look, I mean, that's not one of my better qualities. I tend to be in a hurry, right? And I'm working on that. I'm a work in progress, Clay. When I'm relaxing, I got to learn to relax.
I'll tell you a funny story. I don't know President Trump. I've met Donald J. Trump. I've met him. I've shaken his hand, been with him in a meeting, that kind of thing. But I don't know him very well. But I know a lot of people that know him very well. And regardless of what people think about his politics, the man is a 90-mile-an-hour machine. And I've always thought, I wonder what it's like to golf with that guy. I'm not a good golfer, but I've just thought, I wonder the sense of urgency with which is. I just want to know what that's like. And so my buddy Kash Patel often golfs with him. And he said that President Trump's one of these guys who in his 70s now, this is a guy who's 77 years old. He can be talking about a business plan while whacking a golf ball and then walking at a very quick pace. And I just was curious about your etiquette when you're golfing. Are you sprinting after the golf ball? Or are you?
I'm not sprinting. I'm trying to, but like I said, I'm a work in progress. I'm trying to relax more. And some days I'm pretty good at it. Most days I'm not very good at it. So
that's incredible. Well, thank you so much, Peter Taunton, for your time. I really do appreciate you. And again, folks, that's nauticalbowls.com, nauticalbowls.com. A great opportunity for you, nauticalbowls.com. Peter Taunton, have a great day, sir.
Thanks, brother. Good to see you. Take care.
Bye.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten. People really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah. So here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months. Or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business, and we were in a rut, and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. That they taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. 1 month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company or, navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the world's highest rated and most reviewed business workshops because we teach you what you need to know to grow.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
And now you may be thinking, what does it actually cost to attend an in-person 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show business workshop? Well, good news. The tickets are $250 or whatever price that you can afford. What? Yes, they're $250 or whatever price you can afford. I grew up without money, and I know what it's like to live without money. So if you're out there today and you want to attend our in-person 2-day interactive business workshop, all you got to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com to request those tickets. And if you can't afford $250, we have scholarship pricing available to make it affordable for you.